Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, our week 7 matchup, week 8 matchup here against KyleAye and the Miami Donphans, the St. Louis Rampardos. Hopefully ready to head smash our way to an 8-0 start, as we are 7-0 right now. Kyle is 5-2, and if you remember in the WBE, me and Kyle faced off a few times, and he beat me in the regular season with Low Bunny, and then I beat him in the playoffs. But he's a much improved battler. He's done a lot better over the last couple seasons, and he's definitely a formidable opponent, and like I said, he's 5-2. So right now, us and another team are both 7-0 heading into this week. If we can win this, we will definitely be tied still for the top spot, and then next week we actually battle that guy who's 7-0 right now. So got some really tough matches coming up ahead, and I really want to pick up a W here against KyleAye and the Donphans. So let's talk about his team, kind of what he's bringing, what I'm gonna bring, and so on and so forth. And of course, hit that like button down below if you're hyped for the battle tomorrow. And of course, these team builders are really meant for me to kind of give you guys the breakdown, but also give you some insight into how I team build and how I prepare, you know, and all that good stuff. So he's got Tapu Koko, obviously, very big threat, setting up that electric terrain, hits really hard with electric type moves, can be physical or special, wild charge, can be thunderbolt, all sorts of stuff. One thing I'm expecting this week, I'm expecting like a pseudo offensive set with dazzling gleam, thunderbolt, U-turn, and then maybe something else. I think it even gets defog now, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be more offensive. He's got the Hawlucha. Hawlucha, of course, he drafted it with the Lucha Coco core there because of Electric Seed, activating its Unburden boost, giving it this huge speed boost, then allowing it to potentially sweep a team. So we got to be careful of that. But otherwise, Hawlucha is not that like defensively strong. It's just really fast and does hit pretty hard. So, but it needs like Swords Dance a lot of the time to hit really hard. He's got the Porygon 2, which is just a huge defensive Pokemon. It's just really bulky because of its EV-Elite. It can be physically defensive or specially defensive. I don't really have a lot of knockoff options on my team. In fact, I don't even know if I have any. So with that said, I really feel like Porygon 2 is really tough for me to break down. Obviously, I have Como-O, but you'll see I'm opting not to bring it this week, so you'll see kind of the thoughts there. But Serena, of course, Rapid Spinner, pretty bulky Pokemon, like naturally bulky grass type. He's got U-turn options there with Serena. And it does have the ability to rapid spin, but otherwise it's just a normal, like a pretty standard grass type that does spin. It does get play rough and things like that too. He's got the Haxorus, of course, which is a setup monster, man. You gotta be always careful of Dragon Dancing Haxorus. Does get Mold Breaker, which can be quite annoying, avoiding abilities like Levitate and stuff. He's got the Alola and Persian, which doesn't bring too often, but it's just kind of annoying because a Fur Coat or Technician can like fake out U-turn Parting Shot. Mostly things like that, taunt if it really wants to. Rhinoclus is, you know, that super bulky Psyche type with Trick Room. Can run like Calm Mind, Trick Room sets. Can be also Assault Vest with like Regenerator. Can run Magic Guard, so he's got a couple different good abilities there. Overcoat as well. So you do have to be very careful with kind of how you deal with that thing, because it can run like a Life Orb Magic Guard set and you won't be able to tell what its item is. Darmanitan, just a huge offensive monster, man. Choice Band and Darmanitan are Life Orb, Sheer Force. Darmanitan just hits like a truck, but most often seen with a Choice Scarf just because of that speed tier. Weezing, just a really bulky, physically defensive Pokemon. I wouldn't be surprised if he brought Weezing. I feel like it's got an okay matchup against some of my Pokemon. Seismitoad, I feel like he's got to bring Seismitoad because of Araquanid. Seismitoad usually shuts that thing down because of its water absorbability. So, you know, he can set Stealth Rocks and things like that. And then last but not least is Mega Scissor, which is, of course, a ginormous threat. Click Swords Dance, gets to bullet punch things, and they don't really have much of an answer to it. It's so bulky, it can oftentimes take hidden power fires from you know, non-stab Pokemon. So in terms of what I think he's gonna bring, I think we're gonna see Coco, I think we're gonna see Hawlucha, I think we're gonna see Porygon, I think we're probably gonna see Rhinoclus. Seismitoad's definitely a must, and I feel like he might leave out Scissor because of the sun and things like that. So I feel like while he could bring a couple different things and really make some interesting choices, I feel like for us, we have a lot of things we can bring this week, so he has to prepare, and really, like, I'm hoping that he guesses wrong in terms of what he thinks I'm gonna bring. Similar to last week, I'm going with a slightly more defensive approach this week, and you'll see why. So let's talk about our team and kind of what we're bringing. I wouldn't bring, you know, I wouldn't go this match without the Sun. The Sun absolutely obliterates him, and Franklin is gonna kick that off, man. We got Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Lava Plume, and Solar Beam. Gotta love the Solar Beam there for that Seismitoad, man. That's gonna be really cool. But Lava Plume, obviously really good. I absolutely wall Scissor, 1,000,000%. I wall Darmanitan, so those two Pokemon, even in Sun, Darmanitan can't touch me. You know, so that's really good. Hawlucha has a hard time breaking us down. Serena can't do anything to us. So Torkoal alone looks really good against this Pokemon. And I can even take a hit from Haxorus. Obviously, he has to be scared of a burn, but he can Earthquake me. But nevertheless, we got the Heat Rock. 8 turns of Sun, man, looking phenomenal. But we could really wall lot of his things, so as long as hazards aren't up, and his hazard setter is really going to be Seismitoad. I mean, he's like 1,000,000% bringing Seismitoad. I think that's his only rocker, isn't it? Yeah, Seismitoad is his only stealth rocker as far as I can see, so I'm 1,000,000% bringing Seismitoad, or he's probably going to, and that's where Solar Beam comes in clutch. And while he can have Earth Power, Earthquake, or whatever it may be, we can take one of them and be able to fire off a big Solar Beam and potentially one-shot him depending on his spread, so that's kind of cool. Obviously, Mega Houndoom is the key to this match. Actually, I have the wrong ability on there. It should be Flash Fire, so I have to get that fixed really quickly. But either way, Early Bird, it'll be Flash Fire, don't worry. Dark Pulse, Solar Beam, Flamethrower, and Flame Charge. This thing is an absolute beast, dude. With the Flame Charge, I can speed boost up over things like Hawlucha. If I get something weaker and I know I can Flame Charge, or I expect him to switch out, I can get that Flame Charge off. In the sun, this thing absolutely just decimates his team, dude. Like, he doesn't have a single safe switch in. Even Porygon is getting 2-shot on the switch in by Dark Pulse and Flamethrower, so that's pretty incredible, man. Like, not much I need to say about this thing. I do, like I said, need to switch Early Bird for Flash Fire, though, because that's kind of important for Darmanitan, just in case he brings it, although he may not, but just in case, because if he's locked into Flash Fire, I could bring this thing in for free, so that's kind of cool. But, yeah, man, this thing, there's not much to say. It is looking like this thing should be able to destroy his team. The key is I have to be very, very careful about how I handle Houndoom, though. I want to use him when the sun's up, and I want to make sure that I don't let him die early. Like, he's really there. Well, he's there to break walls. Like, he's there to really break through his defensive core and really put some pressure on, but it can also win the game if I can get that Flame Charge up. So, especially if his Hawlucha is not unburdened with a seed or something like that, I can easily get that Flame Charge boost, and then we can potentially roast his team. And I do see some opportunities. Like, I could force some switches out, get that Flame Charge, you know, on a switch, and then we're outspeeding things like Coco and really removing that as an option. So just to kind of some cool tech there. We're bringing out Cresselia this week. Cresselia is a mixed defensive set. This thing is designed to do two things primarily. One is to allow me to take on Specs Coco effectively, relatively well, which I can do. I can take some Specs Coco hits and Moonlight up. Also allows me to take on the Hawlucha, but it's also a win condition. I felt like Calm Mind substitute, really nice. Things like Porygon are not going to be able to break through that substitute, and Porygon can often be quite annoying, so if I can set up some Calm Minds in front of that thing, he's not going to have a ton of options. Obviously, this set is kind of hoping that he doesn't bring Scissor. If he brings Scissor, it's not going to be nearly as effective, but at the same time, like I said, with me having two Pokemon in the sun, I feel like Scissor is much less likely, and I also have Celesteela, which Scissor does absolutely nothing to, so I really feel like Scissor, he may just leave it off the field this week, and if he does bring it again, I have so many answers to it. You know, Scissor's real strength is being able to bullet punch things, and with the team I have, he's not really able to do that. But nevertheless, Calm Mind, Moonblast is my only attacking move, Moonlight for sustainability, and then Substitute again. I felt like this set could potentially sweep his team. Again, Hawlucha really can't break through it. Coco, if I get a Calm Mind or two up, Coco can't break through it. You know, so, and Moonblast does hit Haxor super effectively, Persian super effectively, things like that. So I really like this set. Next set is going to be our Celesteela, bringing that Beast Boost, relaxed nature, so mixed defensive. Again, I told you I'm bringing a lot of bulk. Celesteela, Cresselia core, really phenomenal. Celesteela's job this week is to stop Hawlucha. It's also to stop Haxorus. It 1,000,000% shuts down Haxorus, and it also will stop his Scissor really well. Like, Scissor really can't do anything to me. So this is where he has tough decisions. That's why I feel like Darmanitan may be a bring, because that's one of the things that can get through Celesteela, and obviously Coco can. So we know Coco's coming, but things like Serena can't do anything to me. I got Flamethrower, I got Heavy Slam just to hit things relatively hard, Leech Seed to wear things down. Protect is nice to scout. If he brings in Coco, I could protect against it. I can Leech Seed, spread that around. Darmanitan comes in, I can protect to find out if he's choice itemed, choice locked into something there. Obviously, Seismitoad is be really scared of me going for a grass type move against it, so we got that going for us as well, and all that good stuff. So really looking good here with our Celesteela. The next Pokemon was going to be Celebi. I had a Choice Scarf Celebi, because Celebi would have outsped the Coco, but Hawlucha would have been faster than it anyway. It just wasn't that great, so I went with Mimikyu this week. I felt like Mimikyu was a good backup plan in case something goes wrong. We got max speed to outspeed Darmanitan unless he's scarfed, but primarily this is one of the ways I can beat Reuniclus, because Reuniclus is really hard for me to take down otherwise. This also can beat Porygon if I set up a Swords Dance. I can go for Mimikyu MZ, Let's Cuddle Forever, which is good. If he starts setting up with something, I can hit it really hard. Obviously, this is something that Scissor really destroys, but generally, you know, Mimikyu can hit his team really, really effectively. It kind of stops the set of Haxorus if I keep that disguise intact. So, like I've been playing Mimikyu all season, I kind of keep it in the back, minus the last game game I brought it where I led with it. But generally, you keep it in the back and you kind of keep it around and use it as kind of a backup plan if something kind of goes wrong or not anticipated, so you don't have to sack something off. And obviously, that Let's Snuggle Forever is a big nuke on anything like Coco and Hawlucha and Haxorus, any of his setup Pokemon, aside from maybe Scissor, like he's going to be able to hit really hard, so that's pretty sweet. And then last but not least, it did so well last week, how could I pass it up this week? Lantern, baby, Volt Switch, Toxic, Ice Beam, and Scald. Looking phenomenal there. You gotta love this set. This is just a super bulky Lantern. I love the leftovers this week. I think that's really important. We can take flying moves from Hawlucha. We can take electric moves and just absorb them up. Nom nom from the Coco. We can take some bullet punches from Scissor and things like that. So generally just a really cool Pokemon this week. Kind of gives me some pivoting options and just a really good response to Coco. I will say one thing though about his team that's really difficult for me to deal with is the fact that he does have a lot of U-turners. If he brings like Scissor U-turning or Coco U-turning, I'm sure Coco will have U-turn, Darmanitan U-turning, Persian, things like that. Like he does have a lot of opportunities to get momentum, so it's gonna be really important for me to try to get it early and keep it for the game. So in terms of stuff I didn't bring, Lycanroc was a maybe bring, but I just felt like if he did bring Scissor, it wasn't gonna be that good. But he's definitely got to be worried about Lycanroc. Under like a crunch from Lycanroc would destroy his Reuniclus. That's why I think maybe Weezing comes too. You know, so Celebi, I had Celebi on the team, like I said, to outspeed things like Coco and Hawlucha, but I figured Hawlucha was gonna be faster, and Celebi wasn't hitting hard enough to really do that much, and it's just U-turn bait, really. Araquanid was on the team, was gonna be on the team, because I felt like I could figure out a way for Araquanid to beat Seismitoad, and if it did that, it was gonna be really good, but I went with Lantern at the end as more protection against Coco, because I felt like Coco was a problem. Nidoking, of course, was gonna be brought. Again, I had a lot of options this week. Nidoking, like, just can't get through Porygon really that well, but everything else, it would have been okay. But an AV Reuniclus would have been able to shut it down, so I kind of went away from that. And then Como-O was almost on the team, like, so crazy. I felt like Como-O could have done so much to him, a Dragon Dancing Como-O, but especially with things like Porygon. So he's definitely got to be prepared for Como-O. So I feel like Max Defense Reuniclus very much so could be a bring on his end, because Como-O or even Weezing, like Como-O could have wrecked his team. So I feel like he's definitely got to be prepared for that thing, because you know, like I said, I kind of had to make some tough calls and bring the 6 that I thought were best, but I think he's going to think that I'm bringing other stuff. Like, I don't think he's going to nail my 6 in this situation. So that's going to be the match there, guys. Match goes up tomorrow. Hope you guys are stoked for it. Should be a good one, man. Kyle's definitely improved a lot, so I'm excited for this one. That's going to be for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one. And be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.